So nurses should know that all of your unions in the United States, they tie back to the Global Nurse Union, which ties to the International Nurse Council. Yes. And as far as I'm concerned, every American citizen nurse that is on the Global Union, because that's all at the United Nations. Those are all at the United Nations. And the ones here, National Nurses United, American Nurses Association, they tie to those. That's why they all got on board with it all together. So any American nurses on the International Nurse Council at the UN or at the Global Nurses Union at the UN should lose their license. That is being generous, in my opinion, because you subtly got on board. You think that, oh, I'll just fly under the radar. We didn't know. Oh, no, you should have known. I mean, I think most people know you don't just go in and start doing. The reason for doing it this way is because they haven't been able to overtake us legislatively. Like American Nurses Association, National Nurses United has been pushing for a long time, years now, decades, for that universal health care. The whole point to that is because then it's government run, and then they destroy it like they did in Venezuela, and then it weakens the country, and then the UN can come in. It's easier to take a country over. So if they were so on board with that, okay, and they have all these women or women in their unions that buy into this BS, and it's BS. You do not want universal health care. You do not. There's other ways to handle that, but you do not want government-run health care. I've said this over and over again. But you need to understand it all ties back. So those people that have our borders wide open, all of our nursing unions in this country tie back to that International Nurse Council at the UN. They know exactly what's going on. That's why in the last meeting that they had, the Nurse Council had, it was about migration and mitigation. For like, why does the nursing profession, why do they have to be, No, and this was talking about nurses. So it wasn't about a humanitarian thing. It was about moving nurses. I did a video on it. You can find it in my playlist. So they should, every single one of them that is an American should lose their license. Because it's what they're doing is unsafe. It's unsafe to America, and it's unsafe to everybody involved, the people that they're bringing across the border, to the our healthcare system. And that's what they want to do, is destroy our healthcare system, forcing then Biden's government to come in and run it. And then it'll be so weakened that once you want your country to be strong, in all sectors, because then the United Nations can't come in and overthrow you. But if they weaken you enough, then it's like Biden would just be, well, Biden would let him in either way, but they want to make it look legit, like the UN's coming in to help us once they've weakened us enough. Yeah, so that's why I say when those people come and say, oh, we're here to help, if they're from the UN, if they're from a nursing union, or a nurse from just be like, yeah, no, thanks. I'd rather you just get away from me. This is the whole reason for Magnet too. Only nurses will know what I mean by that. But Magnet, this was designed, shared governance. That's what all these 17 unsustainable development goals is about. It's about getting communities on board with shared governance. Yes. Look into each one of the 17 unsustainable development goals. They call them sustainable. They absolutely are not. They are the most ridiculous, foolish thing ever. But that's what your Magnet nurses were on board with decades ago. So there's a reason that the Magnet program was designed to groom nurses here in America. Yes, they were. Yeah, I know it was telling you it was about excellence. No. It's about you being an look, come on, anybody who has common sense that's a nurse, you know, what point was there to Magnet except it made more work for you? And for what? So the hospital could get some reward, some plaque to put on their wall? But they've been on board with them because it went along with their agenda, their 17 unsustainable development goals. So that's what they wanted to groom. Nursing profession is a huge profession. Great way to groom a bunch of nurses. That's what the unions have been doing, grooming nurses to demand universal health care. And they know, that's why the hospitals and the unions, they know why the hospitals aren't filling positions. They've been doing it on purpose, again, to weaken the healthcare system. That's why when you have an employee leave, many places won't fill the position, right? It goes unfilled. It's not because there's a shortage of nurses. Just so people realize this, especially nurses, the nursing profession itself, the people that have run it before, did this number before. Look into the history of nursing. They always pull this nurse shortage crap. They do. Look, most nurses know that I went through where it was a lottery to get into nursing college. I went to a college in the city in Chicago. And it was a lottery because there were so many people getting into nursing. So there's no way there's a nurse shortage. It's designed. Just like the border, what they're doing is on purpose. The same way they've carried on about this nurse shortage. They absolutely know what they're doing. The unions know what they're doing no matter how much they rally for your cause. And the reason I know that they do is because I looked into all of this, and they do tie back to the Global Nurses United, which ties to the International Nurse Council, all tied to the UN and their shared governance with the Unsustainable Development Goals. So, yeah, that's how long it's been in the works. So, just letting people know that, especially any nurses.